Are you trying to figure out if a younger woman wants to take things tough, next level with you physically? Let's be honest. In today's world of mixed signals, cryptic emojis, and let's just vibe culture, understanding a younger woman's real intentions can feel like decoding ancient hieroglyphics, blindfolded. But here's the truth. They don't want you to know. When a younger woman wants to sleep with you, she doesn't always say it out loud. Instead, she asks very specific questions. Questions that may sound casual, innocent even, but underneath they're loaded with intention. In this video, I'll break down the 7 most important questions a younger woman asks when she secretly wants to be intimate with you. These are really signals most men completely miss. So, if you recognize them and respond the right way, you'll unlock a level of closeness and chemistry most men only fantasize about. And pay close attention to question number 3. It seems playful, but it's actually one of the most seductive questions a woman can ask without ever using the word sex. Let's dive in. Question 7. Do you live alone? At face value, this sounds like a simple lifestyle question. She might say it casually. So, do you live alone? Or even jokingly. Bet you have the whole place to yourself, huh? But don't be fooled. This question is one of the oldest flirtation strategies in the book. It's subtle, disarming, and incredibly revealing. While she may just be curious, 9 times out of 10 this is her way of checking. Is there a privacy? Is there potential for intimacy? Is it safe and comfortable? Target more personal. You see, younger women are taught to be cautious, but they're also incredibly strategic when they're attracted to someone. When she asks if you live alone, she's reality-ing to paint a picture in her mind of what it would be like to spend time with you alone. She wants to know, is this a place where I can feel free, comfortable, and uninhibited? So, how should you respond? Absolutely not with anything needy or desperate like, yeah, I'm all alone, so lonely, or, yeah, want to come over. No. Instead, say something grounded and cool like, yeah, I've got my own place. I value my space. It's my little sanctuary. This communicates stability, independence, and privacy. All the things that spark emotional and physical curiosity. And if she follows up with a playful, ooh, sounds cozy, you're in. Don't rush it. Let the moment build. Because if she's asking where you live, she's already imagined herself buying there. Question 6. How far is the restaurant from your place? Now, we're getting spicy. If you're out on a date and she casually drops this line, hey, how far is your place from here? Don't just take it as a logistics question. This isn't about Uber rides and city traffic. Biases, her subtle way of asking, if I were to come over, would it be convenient? Would it be easy? Would it feel natural? This question reveals as curiosity. It's a way for her to gauge the possibility of what happens after dinner without putting herself in a vulnerable position. She's feeling out the path of less resistance to intimacy. So, what should you say? Instead of just giving her a flat answer like 15 minutes away, you want to frame it in a way that opens up the evening and creates intrigue. Try something like, pretty close. Actually, it's one of the perks of living here makes spontaneous nights a lot more fun. Boom. That one line, subtly. 1. You're open to spontaneity. 2. You've had nights like that before. 3. You're not going to judge her if she leans in. It gives her permission to think about coming over without you ever having to suggest it. And if she starts asking what your place is like, what kind of couch you have, or even jokes about movie nights, you're already halfway to a yes. Question 5. What are you doing this week? On the surface, this feels like an irregular check-in. Friends ask it, coworkers ask it, but from a younger woman who's already been texting or flirting with you, this is an invitation. It means she's mentally mapping her weekend and trying to see you fit in. Not just for brunch or errands, but for one-on-one time, preferably in a setting that's relaxed, private, and distraction-free. When she says, what are you doing this week? She's opening the door. What she wants to know is, are you available? Are you interested in spending uninterrupted time together? Can we create a situation where something more intimate can happen? Don't just say, not much. Why, that is uninspired, doesn't invite anything. Instead, say something like, I'm keeping things open for some. Got any ideas? Or even no solid plans yet, though I feel like something spontaneous could be fun. Y'all thinking what I'm thinking. This kind of response teases without pushing. It gives her a playful challenge. And if she bites with a suggestion, especially private like grabbing wine or watching something at your place, you already know where her mind is. Question 4. How many people have you slept with? This one comes in hot, and I usually lands like a curveball. Now, let's get real for a second. A woman asking this question isn't just being nosed. She's not compiling stats for a Tinder Hall of Fame. No, this question is layered. When a younger woman asks how many women you've been with, she's doing 3 things at once. 1. Testing your experience level. Is this a man who knows what he's doing in bed, or is he just bluffing? 2. Evaluating safe time emotionally, mentally, physically. Is Heracles or selective? 3. Signaling interest. You don't ask this unless you're thinking about sleeping with someone. Let that sink in. Now, how you answer this question is everything. If you say something like, "Oh, too many to count," you come across as a player, maybe even untrustworthy. If you say just 1 or 2, you might seem inexperienced or like you're hiding something. Here's the move. Say something balanced, confident, and intriguing. For example, I've had a few meaningful experiences. I value quality over quantity. Every connection taught something. You're communicating. You're experienced, but not a sleaze. You're emotionally grounded. You're not ashamed of your past, but you don't flaunt it either. And don't miss this. If she's asking this question, she's already picturing herself being on that list. She's sizing up the emotional and physical compatibility before making her move, and that puts you in control. So, don't fumble the response. Question 3. What kind of movies do you like? Let's decode this. This seems innocent, harmless, basic first date small talk, right? Wrong. When a younger woman asks this, especially in a flirty or playful tone, it's not about your love for action thrillers or Marvel sequels. It's about one thing: setting the scene for a movie night. Think about it. She's not asking about movies because she's writing a review blog. She's testing the waters, seeing if your tastes align in a way that allows for close proximity, mood lighting, wine, blankets, and physical closeness. Now, if you say, "I'm real into horror movies," you've just excitedly invited her to sit next to you, grab your arm during jump scares, and lean into you during intense scenes. If you say, "I'm a sucker for," she's going to raise an eyebrow and think, "Wait a second. He's sensitive, playful, and not afraid of romance." Boom. She's intrigued. Buffers where it gets interesting. Her response tells you everything. If she follows up with, "We should totally watch one together sometime," that's not a casual invite. That's her creating a pathway to intimacy without having to say the word sex. If she suggests something steamy, like a romantic drama or a foreign film known for its sensuality, then she's not just inviting you for popcorn, she's handing you a golden ticket to read her vibe and lean in at the right time. So, the next time you get this question, don't just listen or smile. Drop a flirty line like, "I like anything that gets the heart racing, especially with the right company." Then, let her imagination rest. Question 2. Do you like to cuddle? Okay, we've just crossed into body language territory. Now listen, when a younger woman asks this, she's not just being cute or touchy-feely. She's not trying to plan a Disney movie marathon. This question is a door creaking open into physical intimacy because cuddling is code. It's code for, would you be okay with touching? Can I imagine myself in your arms? Are you emotionally and physically safe to get close to? And if she's asking it, she's already imagining how it might feel to lie next to you, skin on skin, heartbeat against. So, here's the rule. Never dismiss this question as silly. Leniento it, own it. Respond in a way that keeps the heat rising without buying crass. Try something like, "Only with right woman." But yeah, I think physical closeness is underrated. But I'm a big fan of slow Sunday mornings, coffee, and good cuddles. What about you? It shows you're upon, grounded, and confident with touch, all without sounding desperate or overly eager. And if she lights up after you say this, if her body language gets off to, if she leans in or brushes your hand, you're no longer just having a conversation. You're dancing around the edge of physical intimacy and she knows it. Question 1. Can you help me with something at my place? Alright, let's not kid ourselves. When a younger woman says something like, "Hey, could Joe help me move a few boxes? I need some Ionetto hang a shelf. Think you could help? My faucet's acting up. You good with tools?" She is not auditioning you for a job at Home Depot. this isn't just about lifting a few heavy things, it's a pretext, a strategic one to do one very specific thing. Get you alone. Think about it. Out of every person she could have asked, her friends, her coworkers, the guy next door, she chose you. That's not random. That's intentional. And she picked a favor that gives her plausible deniability while still giving you to a private, relaxed, and physically close setting. Now, here's where most older men blow it. They treat it literally. They go over, fix the faucet, say something like "I'll don't," then awkwardly wave goodbye and leave. Brr. Come on. If she's invited you into her space, a personal intimate space, and you don't at least read between the lines, she's going to assume of two things. 1, you're not into her. 2, you're completely oblivious, and either one is a mood killer. So, here's what to do instead. First, sighs enthusiastically, but playfully. You're not her handyman, you're her masculine energy in the flesh. Try something like, "Sure, I'll be your moving hero, but only if there's wine and bad music after." Or, "I'm great at lifting boxes, even better at lifting moods. What time should I come over?" Now, you've set the tone. You're going over, but not just as the helpful guy. You're showing up as a confident, charming man who knows what this moment could lead to. Then, once you're there, relax, help her out. Absolutely. Be competent, be useful, but stay alert. If she's finding reasons to brush against you, laugh at everything you say, or suddenly suggest a drink, a snack, or a quick movie while we rest, it's on. And the best move, let her initiate the next step. If she sits close, touches your arm, or gives you that unmistakable "I'm ready" look, you don't hesitate. You escalate slowly, smoothly, respectfully, because her rest truth, Amelia. A woman doesn't need to spell it out. She creates the setting. She opens the door. It's on. You read the signs and walk through. And if you do, that one little favor she needed help with becomes a night neither of you forgets. Bonus sign 1. Cheffin's reasons to accidentally touch you. You're sitting next to her. Maybe you said something funny, and boom, her hands and your arm. Or you're handing her something and she lets her finger slinger just a bit longer than necessary. These touches aren't accidental. They're testing you. They're her way of saying, "I'm comfortable with your body." Now, let's see if you're comfortable with men. Touch is one of the oldest human languages, and when a woman initiates physical contact, especially repeatedly, she's inviting you into her space physically and psychologically. So, how do you respond? Not with shock, not with awkwardness. You mirror, you stay relaxed. Maybe you return the touch gently, hand to knee, arm to lower back, keeping it subtle but confident. When she keeps touching you, she's waiting for you to escalate, not retreat. Real talk. If she didn't want that talk, she wouldn't have started it. If she repeats it, that's not a mistake. That's foreplay with her fingertips. Bonus sign number 2. She mentions buying cold around you. Now, this one is practically a coded invitation, and it flies over most guys' heads. You're walking her to her car, or sitting together, and she suddenly says, "It's freezing. I should have brought a jacket. My hands are like ice." Wake up, king. That's not about the weather. When a woman says she's cold, she's not fishing for a weather forecast. She's testing if you'll offer your jacket, your arms, or your body. This is her way of bridging the physical gap without looking easy. It's a socially acceptable leaks to initiate closeness, an nonverbal hold me wrapped in small talk. You want to make her melt. Say something playful like, "Lucky for you, I give off furnace level heat." Or, "Come here, let's fix that." Then let your actions do the talking. Physical proximity under the guise of want is one of the oldest seduction tactics in the book. And when she uses it on you, you're not just on her mind, you're Theon. She wants to feel safe, held, and more. So, let's recap. If a younger woman asks you any of these 7 questions from, "Do you live alone?" 2. "Can you help me with something at my place?" She's not just being polite, she's showing you the green light. Beautifully, if you know how to read the signs, and now you do. So next time she asks any of these, don't play dumb. Don't hesitate, don't overthink it. Be bold, be smooth. Be the man she already happy soup are. And who knows, that innocent little question might just lead to something unforgettable. So now, Yakno, a younger woman doesn't always use words to say what she really wants. She skits, she hints, she creates the perfect. And if you're the kind of Monwo, listens between the lines, not just with your ears, but with your intuition, you'll start to see what most men never will. You'll notice the question that isn't really a question, the touch that lingers just a second too long, the smile that says, I trust you. Now what are you going to do about it? These aren't random signals. They're tests, invitations, opportunities, and the older man who knows how to respond, he becomes unforgettable. But remember, it's not just about knowing what she wants, it's about knowing who you are. You're not here to chase, you're here to attract. So the next time a younger woman asks if you live alone, if you like cuddling, or if you can help her with one little thing at her place, you won't hesitate, you won't freeze, you'll smile, lean in, and take control of the moment like the confident, experienced man she secretly desires, because the truth is, she doesn't want just a younger body or louder jokes. She wants a man with presence, a man with depth, a man who doesn't flinch when the moment gets real. And that man is you. I'm Amelia, and this is Dark Psychology, where we expose the truths no one else dares to say out loud. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe, turn on that bell, and share this with a man who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay sharp, stay powerful, and always stay in control.